Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hakim from group 806. Today, me and my friend will explain about question 12 from physics open book test. The question is, in a physics lab, a cube slides down a frictionless incline as shown in the figure 12 below and elastically strikes another cube at the bottom that is only one half of its mass. If the incline is 30 cm high and the table is 90 cm off the floor, where does each cube land? Here is the diagram for this question. Now, let's move to the step to answer this question.
Question 12. In a physics lab, a cube slides down a frictionless incline as shown in figure 12. Let's see the figure 12. When the cube incline frictionless, the first concept that we use is conservation of energy. Conservation of energy, when the kinetic energy is equal to the potential energy, is equation 1/2 mv squared equal to mgh. Now let's proceed to its calculation. The first thing we do, we cancel out is a mass. Then we substitute 9.8, which is acceleration of gravity. Then we substitute h, height, 13 times 10 power of negative 2. We convert height from centimeter to meter. We derive the formula until we get the velocity of cube. 2 times 9.8 times 30 times 10 power of negative 2, and then we get the 5.88 and the answer 2.425 meter per second.
After that, the cube elastically strikes another cube at the bottom. From this figure, we can see that the first cube strikes the second cube, which is at the bottom of the slide. That is only half of its mass. Okay, from that situation, we can use the concept of elastic collision. From that, we can use the first formula of conservation energy. Initial velocity of the first cube minus initial velocity of the second cube equal to final velocity of the second cube minus final velocity of the first cube. So, the initial velocity of the first cube is 2.425 that we can get from the previous equation. And the initial velocity of the second cube is 0 because we can see that the second cube doesn't move at the first. So, we drive to this equation. The final step is V2 equal to 2.425 plus V1. Then we use the second equation, which is momentum. The initial momentum of the first cube plus initial momentum of the second cube equal to final momentum of first cube plus final momentum of second cube. Okay, the mass of the first cube is 1 and the second one is 1/2 because of it is half. And we just insert the value of each unknown, and we come to the second equation, which is 2.425 equal to V1 plus 1/2 V2. And finally, with the simultaneous equation between the first equation and the second equation. Okay, we just substitute the first equation into the second equation. Okay, and finally, we get the final velocity of the first cube is 0.808. And the final velocity of the second cube is 3.233 meter per second.
Okay, if the incline is 30 cm high and the table is 90 cm off the floor, where does each cube land? In both leave the incline moving horizontally. So, we will use the concept of projectile to answer this question. first formula that we will use is y equal to ut plus 1 over 2 at squared. From the question, we can get the value of y is equal to negative 90 times 10 over negative 2. The u value is 0 and the a acceleration value is negative 9.8. So we calculate the equation, then we get the t value is 0.4286 seconds. Of the cube, we will use the formula R equal U x t. Because we have two U value, the first value we will use is US equal to 0.808. And we put the value into the formula, we will find out the first cube will become about 0.346 meter. Then we use the next cube value, which is 3.233. We will find out the second cube will become about 1.386 meter. That's all for us. Thank you.